You're watching Rogers TV, Durham Region North.
Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. Right now, I'm outside the Ux Pool, the beautiful municipality of Uxbridge. And on today's show, we have a fun show. We have some good variety here. I'll be meeting with Clemenson, talking about backyard pool safety. You know what? There's a lot of tragedies that happen here in backyard pools, and they really don't have to happen. So Carolyn will give us some wonderful advice to keep you and your children safe. Now, I'll also be meeting with Ken, Durham Regional Marine Unit. We're going to be going out on Lake Ontario and learning about some boat safety. I also have a super fun opportunity to go to Treat Adventure Park, be up on those aerial obstacles. Now, we just had Canada Day. I hope you had a wonderful, safe, and super fun Canada Day long weekend. I know I had fun. It was great seeing all the fireworks up there. So, and you know what? There's more holidays to come. We are in beautiful summer. It's here. Kids are out of school. It is. I hope you have an absolute blast. So you are going to enjoy the show. If you want to be on the show, make sure you catch the end so you can find out how you can be on the show. Thank you so much. We will be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Scott Clark, host of Our Historic Home Durham. We hope you join us as we explore the historic sites, people, and places that our region has to offer. That's Our Historic Home Durham, here only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. On June 12th, there was a tragedy in a backyard pool, and a 6-year-old child drowned. And I thought it was really important to educate the community about how we can keep our children safe in our backyard pools, especially when we're having parties and people can get distracted. So with me here is Carolyn Clemenson, who is the aquatic manager with the Ux Pool, with the Township of Uxbridge. So Carolyn, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jackie, for having me.
So you're going to share some tips with us, and we can prevent these tragedies. Actually, the one thing that I forgot to mention is that within Canada, there's approximately of all the drownings that happen, 10% of them within Canada are taking place in backyard pools. So we want to prevent that.
Yes, we do. And anything that we can do is important. And my first tip is designate a water watcher. So your water watcher is watching everybody in the pool. They are responsible. They are not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol. I suggest that they have a whistle. It designates that they are a water watcher. And you just blow it to signal your neighbors that there, or somebody else in the house, that there's an emergency at the pool.
I love that water watcher idea. And if you are having a backyard party, why not maybe shift it to someone else? So it's not necessarily going to be the same person for the whole time if they want to be able to socialize and things like that.
Definitely. And just pass the whistle around.
Okay.
If you do not have that option, you're the only person, you're the adult there with the children, take designated breaks. You know, as a lifeguard, we rotate every 20 to 30 minutes so that we have that chance to have a break. And you should too. Take the kids out of the pool, have a snack, have a drink, put on sunscreen, relax, and then go back in the pool.
Okay. Now, what are some other things that we can do to keep our kids safe?
We can wear a life jacket. So we don't always know who are good swimmers and who are not when they come to our pool party. So have life jackets available. They are cool. They should be approved by the Ministry of Transportation, and as well, they should be the right size. Okay? Wear it. It's important to wear it properly and make them cool. And you never know who's going to need one at your place. Your pool, your rules.
Right. And it's your responsibility to keep everyone safe.
Yes, it is.
Now, I have also heard of being able to hire lifeguards to come to your backyard pool party. Do we have that in Uxbridge and Scugog?
What you can do, because we do not hire out our lifeguards to work in your backyard pool.
Okay.
What you can do is send to your local aquatics facility a job notice saying that you want a lifeguard. You have a job for them for X number of hours, and then they will contact you.
Okay, that's awesome. So it's just like, okay, I have a job posting. This is my pool party date. Looking for a lifeguard.
Yes.
And what a great way for you to still have fun at your own party and making sure everyone's safe.
Definitely.
Okay, nice.
And another thing that you can do is educate yourself on what drowning looks like. So we all think of drowning as that splashing around and screaming for help. Drowning is a silent killer. People are scared. They cannot breathe, so their eyes are bugged. They're scared. They're trying to grab onto something, and it'll be in slow motion, and you will not hear a peep.
Okay. And so it's really that watcher role is so incredibly important. What are some courses that parents can take in order for them to know how to deal with the drowning and, you know, even rescuing someone and not getting injured yourself during the rescue is also really important. So what are some things that they can take?
Standard first aid or emergency first aid, even basic first aid and CPR are important skills to have. You should have them anyway.
Okay, right. And a lot of even workplaces recommend or even ask that so many employees of each department have it. So why not get it? And even if you're in a motor vehicle accident, it could come in handy as well, right?
All the time. Swim lessons for your children, those are important. Find an instructor right now that's teaching backyard pool lessons. Hopefully soon, we're all open that we can offer lessons inside.
Yay! Maybe the end of summer we can start having some lessons. Fingers are crossed for the fall too, that everything will work out that way. All right, so to keep everyone safe, we're gonna have water watchers, maybe even hire a lifeguard, make sure we have PFDs and other flotation devices, and taking courses and making sure we know what drowning looks like. So. And that can be tricky. You know, once, one of my first lifeguarding jobs, this man went down the slide and I thought he was actually drowning, which he wasn't, but I saved him. So anyways, we'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
I never thought I'd know that feeling. To be in love. Because for us, it was a crime. Someone had to respond to the tabloids. So I wrote letters, challenging every misconception about homosexuality. 9 homes, 7 dogs, 47 years together, and still not spouses under the law. So we took our fight to the Supreme Court.
Jim Egan and Jack Nesbitt await a verdict on their fight for spousal rights.
Hello. We lost our case, but we made a difference.
As a result of Jim Egan's case, the Supreme Court ruled that sexual orientation is protected under the Charter of Rights, a landmark victory for the LGBTQ2 community.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have with me Constable Ken Boone, and we are talking about water safety. So you're part of the amazing Marine unit, which I think is just so cool. I love being out here, and thank you for having me on your boat.
You're very welcome.
So in order to stay safe, what are some things that you need to have with you? Now, I know it's different depending on the type of vehicle you're in, device that you're in. So, you know, how does it differ if you have a paddleboard compared to a kayak, compared to a fishing boat?
So we break everything down into 2 types of power. We have human-powered stuff, so that's your paddle boards, your kayaks, your canoes, and that sort of stuff, rowboats. And then we have powered vessels, like what we're on right now. And those 2 categories will have, depending on the type of boat it is and how it's registered, will have its own safety gear. But pretty much something that covers everything is to have a good working life jacket. Make sure it's in good repair, it's not frayed or coming apart, and that it fits appropriately. And wear it, right? That's what they're meant for. Certain boats will decide to, or certain boats will, you need something that, what they call inherently buoyant, where these things are inflatable. These things are great, they're comfortable. However, they only count if you're actually wearing them.
Right.
Some of the other things we make sure we ask people to have, even though we're in a beautiful day, have a working flashlight. Flashlight is really important because if you're in the water, you can see that from a long way away.
Okay.
And make sure it's watertight. A whistle, in case you're in the water and you're trying to signal someone for help, or a throw line. If you happen to come across someone in the water, you can, without getting too close to them and harming them, you can throw them a rope or a line or something and help them in. Those are the basic things that pretty much every boater should have, whether you're standing up on something or you're sitting down and riding in something. Again, each classification of vessel is going to require their own stuff, but there are lots of resources out there, including ourselves, that you can call up and ask for help.
Okay, now I'm a paddle boarder, and so, or paddle boarder, I think I said boater, didn't I? So if I had a life jacket with me and I'm a strong swimmer, is that still okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, but I do recommend, you know, if you never know what can happen. You can fall and hit your head on a rock, right?
So lots of we notice a lot of paddle boarders like to wear or have inflatable devices with them. Either they have it on the board themselves, you can get those fanny packs, which are kind of neat. Some people are a little more comfortable. If they're not as strong as swimmers like ourselves are, they may actually wish to wear an inherently buoyant life jacket, so a full life jacket system. But yeah, as long as you have it with you, then it counts.
Okay. So what about big crafts such as this? What are things that you need to have?
So a boat like this is unique because it is a commercial boat. So we're registered commercially. So the first thing we would ask people for is to prove or give us proof of competency. And what that means is a boater's card or a boating license. So that's an online course you go through to get that little card to prove that you have some sort of knowledge of what you're supposed to be doing out here.
Okay.
Again, with power boats, depending on the size of the motor, you have to have proper bow numbers. So that's your license plate on the front of the boat and an ownership paper. And that's a 8x11 white sheet of paper that comes from Transport Canada that gives a description of your vessel and who owns it and that it's properly licensed. Once we get through all that stuff, then we start getting into safety gear. Life jackets again, a working flashlight, a whistle, a throw line, a bailing bucket, and for a boat such as this, a working fire extinguisher.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm I'm sure you've also seen a lot of tragedy working on the water. So with everything that you've seen, what are the #1 tips that you must do this? Please do this, because I don't want you to face this.
A couple of things. First of all, have a plan. Tell people where you're going and when you're going to be back. Check your weather, and don't push yourself beyond your comfort level. If you're coming out here and there's 5 and 6 foot waves and you've never been in it before, don't go. The other thing I tell people is to leave your booze and your recreational pharmaceuticals at home. Don't bring them out here. This is not the place to have it, or be under the influence of it. Not only are you risking your own safety, when you don't report home for dinner and your loved ones call us for help, then you're taking us away from our stuff and putting our lives at risk, as well as other assets that are out here helping to look for you as well. And it does happen.
Okay, so stick to the sparkling water while you're on the water, and when you get home, that's when you can go for the high octane.
That's
stuff.
right, yeah. I like that, high octane.
Nice. All right, so if we were on the water, how often would you necessarily be asking someone to maybe take a breathalyzer?
So, as a police officer, I look for certain clues of things. If I ask for your life jacket and you open up a cooler and it's full of empty beer cans, I'm probably going to be making a demand that you prove that you prove your sobriety to me. Generally, most people are pretty good, but again, we look for clues of such, right? It does happen. I have made arrests out here. I usually am good for about 2 or 3 a year.
Okay, thank you so much. We will be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy, or you could use the Arrival Live smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivallive.org to find out more. Arrival Live, drive sober.
Hi there, I'm Mark Grice, and I hope you'll tune in to Mark Grice, the artist, right here on Rogers. You'll see me take a photograph like this and turn it into a painting like this. I'll give you all the tips and tricks that you're going to need to make successful acrylic paintings on canvas. It really is the hottest show on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I'm here with Tyler Richards up in the trees at Treetop. Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I'm here with Tyler Richards up in the trees at Treetop Eco Adventure Park. So I feel like I'm wearing a little bit of an uncomfortable thong right now. That's what this harness feels like, but I feel safe. I feel very safe up here.
That's the main part.
Okay.
They're not designed for comfort, they're designed for safety.
No, or fashion.
Or fashion, yeah.
So tell me about this course that we're on.
Yeah, so this is our beginner course. We call it our harder beginner course because it's slightly harder than our white course, but not hard. It's just the elements are a little bit more difficult than the course before it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand this is one of the most popular ones to lower people down on.
Yeah, so 90% of our lowers happen here on this course, a couple platforms from here. Just people get to that platform, they feel like they can't go on, and we have to drop them out of the trees. Obviously, we do it safely with a rope and special techniques, but that's how we get people out if they don't want to go back.
So do you think by doing the first half of this, then they might get to the point of their nervous system is just like, okay, I'm shot now.
Yeah,
I need to get down.
It'll either happen that they are able to do it or they're not able to do it. They're usually tested here within the first couple elements.
Okay, because looking at this, I feel like it's a nice entry-level type of course, because you can hold onto these ropes, you can hold onto the wire. You got something pretty large under you. It is swinging, but it feels pretty good.
This was one of our first courses we built 9 years ago, and then we added a second beginner course to kind of help take the load as we got busier. But this was our first and most popular course to go on.
Now, tell me some of the benefits of doing courses like this.
Yeah, so you're getting a full body workout. You're doing upper body stuff, lower body stuff, cardio. It's a full body exercise.
Now, I also think about the confidence and courage that you build doing these types of courses.
Absolutely, yeah. It takes a lot to kind of face some of your fears and get over the heights.
Yeah. The first time I did something like this, I remember my legs shaking, and then the whole wire would start shaking. But I finally felt better when I actually allowed myself to fall, because then I could feel that this harness had me, the carabiners had me, I was safe. So after that first fall, I was good.
Yeah, and sometimes it does take that for people to really understand that the harness can hold them, especially for children.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I would think it'd be scarier for adults.
It sometimes is, yeah. We do get a lot more scaredy cats on the adults course than we do on the kids course.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm so excited to see more of this course. We're here at the silver course, which is the intermediate course at Treetop Eco Adventure Park, and I'm here with Tyler Richards. And so the element that this young guy just went on, you said it's called a skateboard?
Yep, that's our skateboard. Yep. So it's a sliding element, much like a skateboard. And it skates them across two wires there with a pulley at the bottom. And we find it a little bit more difficult on this one than some other courses, just because the nature of pulling off your clickets as you're getting off the skateboard, it becomes a little bit harder. So that's why we call this one our more difficult intermediate course.
All right. And then what's this element over here with the round pieces of wood every meter or so?
Yeah, so that's our spin bridge. They actually spin freely. So customers get a little bit of a surprise stepping on those when they spin. And then another one here on the twist bridge. When you get to the end, it twists you. So if they're not expecting it, which they won't be, they'll get a little bit of a surprise there halfway through.
Oh, we definitely have to get them on that. Okay, here they go. Here goes one right now. Let's see how he does. So far, he seems pretty agile.
Yeah, just wait till he gets to the middle, though. It threw me for a surprise the first time I did it, too.
Okay, so just around here is when it's going to start twisting on him?
Yeah, should start to go any second now. He seems to be getting a little bit of a better hold on it, but...
And he seems pretty light. Does your weight make a difference on an element like this?
It will, yeah. It definitely... There you go.
Okay, there you go.
It definitely changes the way the element moves and how much it swings and sways.
Okay.
So a bigger guy like me makes it move a little bit more than a little guy like him.
Okay, yeah, he's making it look pretty easy.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
The transition to the side, he handled it really well.
Yep.
Okay, so we have these logs over here, and they seem to be swaying quite a bit.
Yep.
Do you recommend going on this one quickly or slowly, or what's your strategy?
If you're confident with the floating logs, that one's a good one to get your bearings on. They used to be a lot more difficult. They used to be all individual logs, and then we found people had way too much difficulty with that, so we attached them all. And it's still difficult. It's just not as hard as it used to be when we first built this course.
Okay. Well, you got to change things up and also help people to be successful.
Absolutely, yeah. We just found we had to do too many lowers at this one, and we had to adjust it so people could have as much fun as possible.
Now, I see some elements over there with the long poles and the bars at either side.
Yep.
How does that one work?
So that one's our parrot bridge. It's kind of like a parrot swing. So you have to step on each side and go through it, make sure you're swinging because they swing freely. And then on the other side of that is a mini rock wall you have to climb across to get to the next platform.
Oh, I love it. I have so much adrenaline going on right now just from doing that last course. This has been so incredibly exciting. What age? What's the oldest age that you've had on this?
We've had someone do up to 90 years do the courses.
Oh, that's amazing.
Not all of them. They didn't get past the intermediate course, but they were able to do some of it, which was really great for them.
And what's the youngest age that could do a course like this?
Potentially 8 years old, but they have to have a minimum reach of 5'11", so reaching up.
5'11".
We haven't found too many 8-year-olds that can reach that, but
Yeah.
around 10 or 11 is when they can do the more advanced ones.
Okay, gotcha. Well, this has been absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for having us here.
Problem.
It has been a total adventure for me. I'm Jackie Hermans, the host of Uxbridge Scugog Life. Join us weekdays 9 a.m. to find out everything that's going on in and around your community. That is Uxbridge Scugog Life, only on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Sean Lackey, and this is Sold with Sean Lackey. You should check us out if you want to find out what's going on in the world of real estate. We'll have all sorts of guests to keep you in the loop on what's going on in this wonderful world.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. Huge thank you to Carolyn Clemenson, the aquatic manager here at the Ux Pool. And if you are interested in hiring a lifeguard for your backyard pool parties, contact your municipality. They're a little bit different with each municipality as the way it works, so give them a call and make sure you stay safe, keep those kids safe. I also want to thank Ken Boone. It was so great being out on the water. What beautiful weather. It was an absolute pleasure, and thank you for those tips. And hopefully we can avoid you getting those nasty tickets and also staying safe on the water. Well, don't avoid being safe on the water. We want you to be safe on the water. And thank you again to Treetop Eco Adventure Park. That was an absolute blast. Make sure you check that out. I also had a chance to do some axe throwing. If you might not have known that if you didn't see any previous episodes, so that was super fun. So if you want to be on the show, definitely contact us. You can send us an email, uxbridgescugoglife at rci.rogers.com. Okay, so definitely contact us. Maybe you have an event, you have a program, you have something you want to educate the community about. Definitely let us know, because we want to help you to spread the word. So get out there, be safe. Get out on the water, wear your PFDs, watch your kids in the backyard pools, and make sure you definitely take on some wonderful adventure out in your community. So much to explore in Uxbridge, Scugog, and in North Oshawa. So I'm so glad that you were watching, and we'll have another awesome show, of course, next week on Uxbridge Scugog Life. We'll see you then.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
The world's most famous Canadian, Grey Owl, just back from a triumphant British tour, is to be a reluctant guest at a gathering of First Nations.
Archie, you may not realize this, but right now you are the most famous Red Indian in the world. These are your people. You have to be there. Come on, Harold, let's go.
Sure, I'm sure. His name is Archie Bellini, and if he's a Red Indian, I'm the King of China.
It is an honor to meet the man called Grey Owl, who has brought much respect for our people.
Imposter, rascal, dreamer, and yet the Englishman who called himself Grey Owl awoke the whole world to our vanishing wilderness.
My brother says, men become what they dream. You have dreamed well.